This is 10.1, translate phrases into algebra, mastery check. Number 1 says 5 more than some number x. So I'm going to notice the keyword here that is more than, and I remember that more than means that I am adding on to my some number x. So I have 5 plus x. Remember that order does not matter when you're adding two things together, so you also could have written x plus 5. Okay, number 2 says x less than 8. So less than is my key phrase, and I remember that that means I'm supposed to subtract. So I'm going to think about the order here, because in subtraction, order does matter. So remember that the first number before your subtraction sign is the starting amount, the amount you start with. And then after the subtraction sign is the amount that you take away. So T for take away. So if I have x less than 8, that means actually that I am taking away x. I started with 8, but now I am taking away x. I have x less than that. So x is going to go after the subtraction sign, and 8 is going to go in front of it. Remember, less than is one of those few phrases where your numbers will switch order from the way they're written in the phrase to the way they're written in the algebraic expression. So careful with that order. It has to be 8 minus x. That's the only order that works. Number 3, half of a number p. Okay, this is a tricky keyword, but it's hidden right here. Of is my keyword, and that means I'm supposed to multiply half of a number p. So I'm going to multiply 1/2 times p. Okay, so that's multiplied right there. Again, in multiplication, order does not matter, so you could have written p times 1/2. Number 4, 13 less than some number b. Okay, so less than, again, is my keyword. That means I'm going to subtract. What goes before is what I'm starting with. What goes after is what I'm taking away. So 13 less than some number b. Just like before, b is going to be my starting amount. I have 13 less than that. That means I'm taking away 13 from that. So just like before, the order of 13 and b is different in the phrase than in the algebraic expression because of this phrase right here, less than. Number 5, the quotient of 15 and some number z. Quotient means that I'm dividing, so I'm going to do 15 divided by z. Number 6, 3 times the sum of 15 and x. Okay, the sum of is a grouping phrase. That means we're going to group together the next two things that come after that grouping phrase. So 3 times the sum of 15 and x. So I'm going to write 3 times the sum of 15 and x. So again, the sum of made me have those parentheses there so that I wasn't just taking 3 times 15 and then adding x. I was taking 3 times this whole amount, 15 plus x. Number 7, 5 less than the product of some number and 8. Well, the product of is another grouping phrase. I'm going to group together these two things. And now I also have this keyword less than, which means I'm going to subtract. But remember, the order is going to flip here because of less than. So that means this product of with the grouping phrase is going to go first, and the 5 is going to go at the end. So some number and 8, and product means that I'm multiplying. So some number and 8 is going to be n times 8, or 8 times n. It's multiplication, so order doesn't matter there. You can put the parentheses around it. You actually don't need them because you would multiply before you subtract anyway, but you can put them there if you want. And then 5 comes at the end. 8 is 2 less than half a number x. Okay, so half a number, this is actually hard because it's an implied keyword, half of a number. It's not written in there, but it could fit in there. So that's going to tell you that the keyword is of for half of a number x. So we're going to take 1/2 times x, just like we did up here, and then 2 less than that. So less than is our other keyword. So remember, with less than, you're flipping the order. So that 2 is actually going to come at the end after the subtraction sign. It's what we're taking away. And then half of a number x is going to come before half of a number. X looks like that. 1/2 times x. Remember, of means times. Put the times symbol in there. Next one. Twice the quantity 18 plus a number b. Twice the quantity. Okay, quantity is a grouping phrase. So we're going to group together the next two things that come after it. 18 plus a number b. And we're going to do twice that. So twice means to multiply by 2. So 2 times 18 plus that number b. And number 10, 8 divided by the sum of 3 and some number. Sum of is a grouping phrase. We're going to group together the next two things that come after it. 8 divided by, our keyword is divided by, so we're dividing. 8 divided by the sum of, grouping phrase, I need my symbols, 3 plus some number.